everyone. You should be here because you just watched the vocabulary video, this video, on main idea. If you've completed that and did the read and respond, then you're ready to continue. If not, please hit pause and finish those activities now. For those of you who have done those two activities, let's begin with main idea and supporting details. Now, this is a skill you've done before. It's something you should be familiar with. You probably did it last year in 4th grade and possibly even in 3rd and 2nd grade. We're going to continue to build on that knowledge and gain a deeper understanding. So, let's begin. All right, we're ready to begin. Main idea and supporting details. Now, every piece of writing, whether it's fiction, a made-up story, or nonfiction, for example, an article, has a main idea. The main idea is the most important part of the story, or what the story or article is about. For example, if we're talking fiction, we all read the novel Frindle. The main idea in Frindle would be how Nick created his own word. You could also have, for say, a nonfiction article on dogs, and maybe the main idea of that is how to take care of the dogs. Supporting details, then, are all of those things that help explain, describe, or further develop that main idea. They make it stronger. For example, in Frindle, the supporting details might be Nick's time-wasting report, the student staying after school for using the word, or possibly the chess game between Mrs. Granger and Nick himself. If I'm talking about an article on dogs, supporting details might be how to feed your pet, how to groom your pet, how to provide it exercise. Things like that would be supporting details that help to develop that main idea. Now, let's take a look at some examples. Here is a short passage, and I'll read it for you. It says, Niagara Falls is one of the most beautiful sights in North America. It is on the Niagara River, halfway between Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. Niagara Falls is located on the American and Canadian border. The American Falls is 167 feet high. On the Canadian side, the Horseshoe Falls is 161 feet high. Now, what we're going to be doing is 3 different things. The first thing we're going to do is, in each of these paragraphs, we're going to find the topic and we're going to circle that. Secondly, we're going to choose the main idea and we're going to underline that red. And then finally, we're going to find the supporting details and underline that blue. You're going to be doing the very same thing in a worksheet just a little bit later following this slide presentation. So please pay attention to what we're doing. So the first question is what is the topic? What is this article all about? And if I'm looking through it and trying to decide the main idea or the main topic of this, it would have to be Niagara Falls. That is what this whole paragraph is about. The next thing I want to do is identify the topic sentence, and that is going to be red. So I'm going to grab my red marker here, and in reading through all of these sentences, the sentence that describes what the rest of the paragraph is about, in this case, is the very first one. Niagara Falls is one of the most beautiful sights in North America. Now, once I've determined my main idea, my topic sentence, then I'm looking for my supporting details, and those are going to be blue. And what I'm going to ask myself is I'm going to go through each sentence and ask myself, does it develop or support or provide details on why Niagara Falls is one of the most beautiful sights in North America, my topic? So the next sentence would be, it is on the Niagara River, halfway between Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. Well, yes, I would say that describes, it's telling me where it is and what it looks like. So that would be a supporting detail. That's going to be blue. Whoa, my pen got a little away from me there. My next sentence, the following one would be Niagara Falls is located on the American and Canadian border. I would say that definitely falls in with, it's one of the sites. It's describing it more, telling me a little bit about where it is. So again, I'm going to be underlining that blue. And the second last sentence says the American Falls is 167 feet high. Does that fall into Niagara Falls as one of the most beautiful sights in North America? I would say so that's going to get underlined as well. And then the final sentence is, on the Canadian side, the Horseshoe Falls is 161 feet high. That is still describing what it looks like. So again, we have circled our topic, Our topic sentence is red and all of our supporting details are blue. All right, let's continue and look at another one. This passage reads, "The Statue of Liberty is visited by thousands of people every year. The Statue of Liberty is a 151-foot statue of the Statue of Liberty is a 151-foot statue of a woman holding a book and a torch. It was a gift of friendship from the people of France. It has become the universal symbol for freedom." Once again, you're asking yourself, what is the topic? Who or what is this paragraph about? And in this case, I would be circling, it's about the Statue of Liberty. The next step then is I want to identify in red what is the topic sentence. So I'm looking for the main point or main idea in the entire paragraph. And in this case, it once again is going to be the first sentence. Now I can already hear some of you saying, is it always the first sentence? And I can see some of you going through the rest of this, all these activities and just underlining the first sentence and making that your topic sentence. And no, in many cases it is, but it is not always your topic sentence. Oftentimes your topic sentence can be an attention grabber, something to grab the audience's attention like we discussed in writing and make them want to read on. So don't necessarily assume that it's always the first sentence. In these first two examples, it is. From there, now that we have our topic sentence, we want to identify our supporting details. And again, I like to go just sentence by sentence and ask myself, does that provide examples or details or support the fact that the Statue of Liberty is visited by a lot of people? So the Statue of Liberty is a 151-foot statue of a woman holding a book and a torch. I think is a supporting detail because it's letting us know more about what the Statue of Liberty is in this case. Same thing in the next sentence. It was a gift of friendship from the people of France. And the last sentence, it has become the universal symbol for freedom. All support the fact that our topic of the Statue of Liberty. All right, one last example. This one reads, "The Erie Canal changed the way people moved goods in the 1800s. The 363-mile canal connected Albany, New York, to Lake Erie and Buffalo for the first time. When the canal opened in 1825, building supplies and goods could be transported quickly and cheaply across the New York state. Canal boats pulled by mules carried people and supplies across New York." Now, we're going to, one last time, identify our topic. We're going to circle that, which I believe is the Erie Canal. One more time, we're going to find, and hopefully before I underline it, you've already picked out what you think the topic sentence is, but it would be, once again, it's our first one. The Erie Canal changed the way people moved goods in the 1800s. And then we are going to go through our supporting details. The 363-mile canal connected Albany, New York to Lake Erie and Buffalo is a supporting detail. When the canal opened in 1825, building supplies and goods, that's all talking about how people moved things, so that fits as well. I'm going to underline that sentence. And then lastly, it says canal boats pulled by mules carried people and supplies across New York, and that all fits too. Now, just because these examples were all supporting details doesn't necessarily mean that every paragraph is full of all supporting details and you should be underlining all sentences in every paragraph. Remember, sometimes authors get off task. I know when we write, fifth graders and myself, sometimes we add things in there that maybe don't fit in that paragraph. And so don't assume that every sentence is going to be underlined. There could be sentences that aren't supporting details that maybe don't fit into the paragraph. Okay? Now, as a review, our stories wouldn't make sense if they didn't include a main idea with supporting details. Every passage has one. And you're going to have to read the following. In the following activities, you're going to be reading and trying to identify main ideas and supporting details. Next, you will be completing main idea and supporting details skills on IXL. Your goal should be to earn a SMART score of 90. However, I don't want you spending more than 15 minutes on each skill. If it takes longer than that, take a break and come back to it later. Following that, you'll be completing a worksheet, following the same steps that we just did here in this video. Before you complete that worksheet, make sure you watch the video showing you how to download and mark up the PDF file. If you have any questions throughout any of this unit, please don't hesitate to message me on Schoology, send an email, or join one of our Schoology conferences to ask questions.